handful of players are going down for the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, that hasn't been determined yet exactly how it's going to all come about, but that is a possibility. They could end up going down on Sunday, because I think there are some responsibilities that they have at that end of
Would they just stay?
it. More than likely.
Jim, all these years you've spent with Peyton, are there still times that you are even more impressed than you? Do you guys take it for granted, I guess, is that the question?
No, I don't, and I don't think anybody else does on our staff either. He seems to get better all the time when the situations you think that he may level out, but he never does. He never gets complacent, never gets content with his status, and just continues to improve and get better. And every year it seems like he takes it to another plateau.
How does having been in Miami 4 years ago help in terms of what you get into?
Well, I think from a familiarity standpoint, we're staying in the same hotel. We've been through the routine. We're at the same practice facility. There's 25 guys that are on our team that have actually, been through this before. So, yeah, that does indeed help, but it doesn't give you any guarantees. Well, here's the thing that I remember most about it. I remember most because in coaching, wins like that, big wins, are very fleeting experiences. They leave you quickly. It's just like last night. It didn't take very long for you to start thinking. As I was sitting down having dinner with my folks and my wife and kids, and watching the ball game, I started analyzing that game from, just like I was working. So it doesn't take long. Then all of a sudden you see what your problems what problems you may have, what problems may occur. It doesn't take long for us to get focused on that next ball game. So. In that particular game, what I remember most about it, because of the fact that it's so fleeting, my father was there in the rain. He was the happiest soaked 75-year-old that I've ever seen, And so that's what pops into my mind, if you want to be honest with you.
Coach, New Orleans has been a feel-good story all year, and now here you are trying desperately to stamp it out. Any reservations about that, or do you feel like the Grinch?
No, we're not trying to stamp it out. We're just trying to get in position to win. I think it's a great story, and certainly they've done so much for that city. That region was absolutely devastating. They brought a lot of pride back, a lot of civic pride. It's just the enthusiasm that you could see surrounding that team is incredible. You saw the pictures of Bourbon Street and Canal Street after that win last night. It was absolutely unbelievable. And I understand a little bit about that city. I spent a lot of time in New Orleans. I recruited that area when I was at Southern Illinois University, my first coaching job. So I recruited a lot of guys from St. Aug's and a number of schools down in that area. So I understand a bit about the culture, and they have a lot of pride. And we don't want to stamp any of that out. We hope that continues. But what we want to do is we want to win this ball game.
I know you haven't had to scout the Saints specifically until now. But did you pay any attention to them during the season when they were the last undefeated in the NFC, you guys in the AFC, and perhaps appreciate the attention, the extra attention that would be put on this? The two best teams, not only in the playoffs but in the regular season, are playing for the championship.
I didn't look at it from a critical standpoint, but nevertheless, obviously it's tough to ignore when they were playing well. We were playing well. And, I know that I read some of the reports where it talked about that very rarely do you find that the two number one seeds actually end up playing one another. I guess it hadn't happened since 1993 or something like that. But so that's, obviously something that we were aware of. They're a good team, a talented team, and played well and fought through all of the traps that you typically fall into, I guess, as a number one seed, if this is not something that's common. And, and we're looking forward to playing them. But, you just never know what's going to happen through the course of playoffs.